The first thing I do after receiving my 5-year-old son's Asperger's diagnosis is I go home and Google celebrities with Asperger's. Here are the top 4. Dan Aykroyd. Okay, little too much drug use in the 70s, but essentially a comic genius. Daryl Hannah. She's odd, quirky, but a fiercely talented actress. Bill Gates. Thank you. And Vladimir Putin. Shit. The second thing I do is Google Asperger's help. And I find a support group that meets at an IHop in Anaheim on the first Tuesday of every month. Now, I'm comforted by the fact that they meet at an IHop. Any place where I can get pancakes for dinner automatically puts me at ease. I take the 91 freeway, exit Yorba Linda, pull into the parking lot, and take a deep breath. I'm clutching my spiral-bound notebook and my Papermate InkJoy 0.7 gel pen. It's a smooth, fast-writing pen for good note-taking. Costs $7 at Office Max. I'm not messing around. My son's recovery begins now. I walk up to the hostess desk. Her name tag says, Ashley. Hi, I'm here for the, and I can't get myself to say it. Asperger's support group just sounds so embarrassing and awful, and I don't want Ashley to give me a pitiful look or use a sympathetic voice. I'm here for the thing. Oh, the group, she says cheerfully. Yeah, it's in the back. Thanks. And I'm a little too relieved that neither one of us had to say the word Asperger's in our short exchange. Like maybe the less times I say it, the less likely it is to be true. Like Beetlejuice. You have to say his name 3 times before he appears. So as I walk into the back room, I'm greeted by a young, heavy-set man with glasses. He gives me a firm handshake and an intentionally direct gaze. Hello, I'm Benjamin Poulter. It's nice to meet you. Now, his greeting sounds rehearsed, and the sheer ferocity of his eye contact makes me want to look away, but I stay with him. Hi, Benjamin, I'm Megan. Nice to meet you. Is this your first time? Yes. Thought so. Welcome. Thanks. Is this a recent diagnosis? Yes, we just found out that, and right then, a kind-faced lady in her mid-50s wearing mom jeans and a burgundy blazer touches my shoulder. Hi, I'm Mary. Welcome. And then Benjamin points at me. It's her first time. Oh. She was just diagnosed. Wait. What? Benjamin thinks that I was the one diagnosed, but how could he think that? I mean, I may be somewhat of an introverted extrovert, but I've got people skills for days. I waited tables for over a decade. I mean, I was voted friendliest in my high school senior class yearbook. How can Benjamin think that I have it? No, I don't have Asperger's. I said the word. But you just said, no, I don't have Asperger's. I said it again. It's my son. I'm here to get help for my son. And Benjamin, looking slightly disappointed, barks, get a dog. What? For your son. It's the best thing you could do for him. Dogs are loyal, they're kind, and then he'll always have a friend. Whatever you do, get a dog. And then he abruptly walks away. So I open my notebook and I make my first entry. Get a dog. And then Mary leans in and says, yeah, I'd been watching you since you walked in, and I pretty much had you pegged as neurotypical. Neuro what? Oh, neurologically typical. You know, someone who's not on the spectrum. Oh. See, this is actually a support group for young adults with Asperger's. It gives them a chance to practice their social cues, you know, do a little small talk. Oh. Benjamin's kind of the de facto leader. But a bunch of us moms sit in the back and gab while the kids have their fun. Come on. And she grabs my hand, and she leads me to a booth, and I slide in with her and another woman. So, how old's your son? He's 5, I say a little too quickly, failing to mention the fact that he'll be 6 in 2 weeks. If he's 5, at least he's in the ballpark of toddler, and I don't seem like such a neglectful mother having missed the signs for so many years. And she says, oh, sweetie, my son Sean, he's 30 and he is doing great. He works at Knott's Berry Farm on that wacky soapbox racer ride, and I have to pick him up at 10. He can't drive. He just gets too distracted. And he lives at home with me and Larry, and I've made my peace with that. You know, we didn't have the interventions 25 years ago that you have now. Nowadays, there's this whole neurodiversity movement, and mainstreaming's all the rage. But when my Shawnee was little, they just put all the disabled kids together in the special day class. You know, kids with cerebral palsy and Down syndrome, autism, and they're all cognitively just so different. And my Shawnee, he tends to sink to the lowest common denominator. So at one point, they were just letting him sit under his desk all day. And when I asked them why, they said, well, that's what he wants to do. So, whatever you do, don't let them put him in special day class. I make my second note. No special day class. And then Mary says, Catherine, how are things going with Eddie? And Catherine, a hard-faced woman in polka dot scrub, says, oh, Mary, he's locked himself in his room, and all he does is play that Call of Duty video game day and night, and he only comes out to refill his cereal bowl and go to the bathroom. And then she looks at me. My son got accepted to UCLA, and my heart soars hearing he got into such a good school. But he couldn't handle living in the dorms. The social pressure was just too much, and he basically had a nervous breakdown, and now he's home, and all he does is play Call of Duty. Do you know this video game? It's very violent, and he's obsessed with it. He has been for years. And I never thought that much about it because his grades never suffered, and I thought, well, at least he's talking to somebody over that little headset thingy because he never had any friends. But you know what I think? I think those video games hijacked his brain and overstimulated him, and now he can't talk to people in regular day-to-day life. So whatever you do, don't let your son play video games. I write down no video games, and that's it. I have to go. I make my apologies, take down Mary's number, and head straight for the car. And when I get home, my husband, Eric's waiting up, and he asks, so how'd it go? Well, Tyler could either end up being Bill Gates, or he might work at Knott's Berry Farm, not be able to drive, or go to college and live at home for the rest of his life. Oh, and I'm a complete asshole because it was a support group for people with the diagnosis, and the leader of the group thought that I had it, and I was offended. What is wrong with me? How am I supposed to advocate for our son if I'm secretly ashamed of his condition? I can't even say the word. Tyler has Asperger's. There. I've said it 3 times. Now it's real. I'm still clutching my notebook and my overpriced pen. I took some notes, and Eric reads, get a dog, no special day class, no video games. That's it? Yeah. We're so fucked. And he stands up, and he walks over, and he hugs me tight, and he says, no, it's a good start. Thanks.